Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
That was great.
That was wonderful.
In unison, and sometimes we get that down, sometimes we don't. Hey, everybody, welcome back. That was a hard news break. This is the American Car Classics radio program. Keith McDonald, Steve Charbonneau, Todd Byron, and myself are in the studio with our producer, Jesse. And on the phone, we have a special guest, a friend of mine. Almost call him family. Do call him family. This is Scott Hill. Scott, you can hear us?
I hear you, gentlemen, loud and clear.
That is awesome to have you with us. And I said that before you were on the phone that you were living in Brevard County, North Carolina. Is that correct?
Well, it's Jackson County. It's right on the outside of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
When you
North Carolina.
When you walk out your door, the pictures that we see are bear, deer, elk, your dogs. I mean, you live in paradise.
We do. There's this wildlife everywhere. We do have bears that visit us on our property. But it's just beautiful, this beautiful area here in the mountains.
And you just moved up there 4 years ago from muggy old Florida. You've got so much better weather most of the time, and certainly you've got seasons now that had to have changed. You are married to what we call my sister's best friend, Eva Montgomery, You guys have been together for a long, long time. So certainly you are the family extended version of all this stuff. And when you sent me the message the other day that you sent me, I was really just kind of taken back and had to think about all this a lot, because I don't know anybody else that has had an honor. I mean, that you can really just sit back and document, because not very many people have.
Tell the audience what the honor is.
Well, so right, I'm feeding into right.
Oh, okay.
So the honor is that our dads bought new cars one day somewhere down the line. Maybe we were thought of in here, or maybe we hadn't been thought of yet and weren't here. But Scott, your dad in 1968, he bought a 1968 Pontiac Gto Convertible. And this car is now yours?
Yes.
And it's been yours for more than 2 decades, right?
Yes. There's a short story and there's a long story.
Right.
So when we start getting into this, I'm going to try and meet somewhere in the middle.
Great.
Okay.
The honor is that the Legend GTO Association of America, the magazine for their company, for their group, puts you on the cover. You got a cover and centerfold story on the family goat, and I just have loved the story. So I'm going to let you tell what you need to, and I will interrupt when I need to. And Keith is going to come in there and chime in a couple times.
Just for Mike Carano's sake.
Yeah, Mike Carano is our host who's not here,
Mike.
And he is listening
He's an anti-Pontiac.
And he is an anti-Pontiacian, and you two are Pontiacian.
That's right.
So, Scott, take the floor and tell us a little bit about your goat, your beautiful goat.
I sure will. And to start off with, the term that we use in our group of the world is Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Pontiacs, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So in early '68, I was 1 year old. In July, I would turn 2. Early '68, Dad was driving a '65 Malibu convertible, which he somehow paid in full. He was early 20s. He was driving this Malibu, and he started getting a sight set on this GTO. So in early '68, I believe it was February, he sold the Malibu, bought this 1968 GTO convertible, solar red, base model. Okay, so base model manual brakes, 4 drums all the way around, manual steering, 3-speed. Mostly everybody upgraded to the 4-speed. Dad never checked that 4-speed box. I think probably more so because my mother said no. Dad claims that it was just so he had one less gear shifting on street racing, but I think it was more Mom put the hammer down.
Right. You've got the original bill of sale. What did he pay for this car in '68?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it was just over $3,000.
Yeah, $3,655.65.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That just blows us away.
A lot back then, though.
I'm going to buy a DeLorean and go back and get one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Several of them. By several.
Right, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
All right, so Dad bought this GTO, and he was going to school. He was getting his degree in computer science. I guess back then it was just called computer programming. Working full-time, going to college full-time. Mom was stay-at-home mom, and the GTO was Dad's daily driver. We lived in South Jersey, worked over in Philly, went to school at Temple University over in Philly. So Dad would drive the GTO. There was a train. It was called the High Speed Line. I'm not sure what it's called these days. But you would drive. It was maybe 4 miles from the house, park in the lot, take the train over to Philly, go to work, go to Temple, come home. So the GTO really didn't get driven that much. Once a year we drove it out to the beach down to Jersey Shore. I remember growing up. So it really was a low mileage the first 10 years of its life. I got several pictures of me, in the 70s and the late 60s with the car. I've got so much documentation on it.
Yeah, and I've got several of them here on my phone, and one of them you recreated the picture with your family from way back from when you were a kid to now grown and having your own. Certainly very cool. One of the pictures you sent me, Scott, and while we've got Todd here, was about the license plates, because this car did originate in New Jersey. It didn't spend very many years there, but you've got the original tags. You still keep them on the car now, but you'd like to preserve them. They've got some patina to them. So, correct. Todd, if he wanted to not get these too ruined or anything else, what would he do to go ahead and save the patina on those license plates?
Well, I mean, are they a legal plate still?
They are. In North Carolina, as long as my car is titled, registered, I keep the registration and plates with me, the issued plates and insured. I can run period correct plates.
That's
no matter
great.
where they're from.
That is a very cool law.
Well, from state to state, they're a little different.
Yeah, they are different.
You can clear coat this. You can Scotch Brite.
Yeah, I actually think it looks pretty cool. But they're going to
continue to disintegrate because he has winter up there.
But you'll drive that in the winter.
So you could clear coat this. You could just take this, and you could buy an aerosol can if you're doing it in your garage.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't. You would take it to a shop.
I would actually go to a body shop, or if you know somebody that does paint and body, and have them put a decent.
Okay.
Well, what about like an Eastwood clear coat? Isn't that a better quality? Eastwood?
No, not necessarily. If there's somebody there in your town that has a reputable body shop, you just bring them there and say, "Hey, I'd like to have you clear these. Would you clear them for me?"
All right. So,
hey, I need to ask. I got to tell Scott this because
you don't know
off the air.
Right.
The first car I got was a '63 Impala convertible, Impala SS 283. My father bought it for me when I got my license. However, when I got out of high school and I got my first job, my first car was a '68 GTO convertible, red, same as yours. Mine was just a 4-speed. Only difference, really, Rally 2s, everything. Now, here's the sad part. You have all these photos of that GTO in the articles, great. But I had them all in a beautiful binder, and I put them in my basement, and when I moved out, I left it in the basement, and my mother hired a guy to clean out the basement, and they got thrown away. All those photos of my first GTO and my 442 I bought after that. But anyway, it was, I don't have one photo, Scott. And you have all these great photos, so you're lucky to have that documentation and the photos.
That's great.
Yeah, incredible. And the article through the legend, Did You Write, man? They took pictures high and low. They did this car proud. So keep going on then. Get back to this as she came to Florida and what year did y'all move to Florida?
I moved to Florida in '88, where I met my lovely wife and we got married in 91. So the car was still up in New Jersey, and Dad had a mild paint job, a little bit of body work in the mid 80s. And after he did that, the car pretty much sat for about 15 years.
Wow.
And then at the end of the 1990s, he decided he wanted to get rid of it. And I have a brother and sister, and he offered the car to all three of us. The both of them turned it down. At first, I turned it down because I knew it needed so much work and could never afford it. And
Amen.
But then eventually I came to my senses, and I'm like, Scott, dude, you need the car. You need the car. So I ended up telling Dad, yeah, I'll take the car, and I flew up to Jersey and trailered it to Florida, and it needed a lot. It needed brakes, radiator leaked. Yeah, you could just go on and on. It's just a car that sat for so long.
Right.
Tires were dry rotted. So I backed it into the yard and did a little bit as I could. Got it to where I could even just drive it on the road. But it wasn't looking pretty. That 80s paint job was showing.
Yeah.
It had rust, lots of rust.
Yeah.
So when did you do the repaint? What year?
Well, after I got it running good, the last thing I did was I needed the carburetor rebuilt. And mechanically, I'll do anything but rebuild a carburetor.
Amen.
I sent that Quadjet out and got that rebuilt. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep moving forward. So in about 2011, I started searching for body shops, who could do this for me. I really just wanted to save the car. Well, I wasn't looking for any concourse,
Right,
Jackson, restoration job. I just wanted to save it.
Right.
So I found these guys, and they were called Jim Daddy was the name of the shop down in St. Pete. I still am in touch with the gentleman who did the work. And they did the car. We agreed on their downtime at night, weekends. There was no stated end date. I agreed to it because I was on a budget, and et cetera, et cetera. So these gentlemen, they started tearing the car apart, front end, fenders. The core support was gone. It was so far gone from a long, slow leak. It was just rusted out.
Yeah, it turned into a restoration. Scott, I'm going to hold you right there. We're going to jump out. We're going to run to a quick commercial break. Everybody, please stay tuned. Scott's going to hang on the phone. We're going to come right back. 2 minutes. This is the American Car Classics radio program.
Todd Byron at Todd Byron's Classic Restoration has been restoring all makes and models of classic cars for 35 years. Todd's full-service shop features custom engine and mechanical repairs, sheet metal fabrication, and high-quality paint service for cars 20 years old or older. Stop by and say hello to Todd and Julie Byron at 1212 23rd Street, right here in Vero Beach, or give them a call at 772-213-8956.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal Upholstery, Four Seasons, and Capri. At Sunshine Furniture, we have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. Right now, we have selected groups marked down for our spring clearance, and also all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Described as among the most beloved entertainers of his era, John Denver was an American music icon. Celebrate John Denver and his down-to-earth acoustic sound with Almost Heaven at Riverside Theater. Enjoy over 25 of his chart-topping hits, including Rocky Mountain High, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and Take Me Home, Country Roads. Don't miss Almost Heaven, John Denver's America, May 10th through the 29th at Riverside Theater. Get tickets now at riversidetheater.com.
Take me home.
Dr. Stephen Tate offers the safest and most efficient technique for customized cataract surgery. Patients are personally counseled on the best approach for their needs and lifestyle. From multifocal lenses that allow for distance and reading vision to toric lenses that correct astigmatism, let New Vision Eye Center guide you safely through your options. For world-class eye care on the Treasure Coast, visit newvisioneyecenter.com.
Treasure Coast Automotive of Vero Beach is your full-service automotive service center, specializing in all types of auto diagnostics on both foreign and domestic makes and models. Located at 795 8th Court in Vero Beach, they authorize computerized alignments and tire service, from tire repairs to full tire replacement with accurate road force wheel balancing. So whether you need an oil change, brakes, a tune-up, or anything to keep your vehicle running great, you can find it at Treasure Coast Automotive. Got a pickup truck? Treasure Coast also does lift kits, lowering kits, and aftermarket accessory installation. Give them a call at 772-794-9061.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging in there. That wasn't too long, was it? I promise you it would be short. With us on the phone is still Scott. I appreciate you hanging in there for us. We want to get back into this. Keith wants to
pitch. I want to pitch. Scott, I wrote the book Milt Shornack and the Royal Bobcat GTOs, and I covered every year. And I don't know if you've seen it, but
he did.
You know, I
you bought one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I did tell him
buy one?
I told him that you would get him that I would buy it for him and you would autograph it and then we'll send it to him.
Oh, wow.
Because I've got something else to send to him as well.
Oh.
And so you wrote this book, and Mike Carano owns these books, because I texted you and I asked you, hey, a couple questions, and you didn't answer. So I texted Mike and he came through with all the answers on your books.
Oh,
so
wow.
Mike Carano, I appreciate you being at home and having your library there where you could pull out your Pontiac books. I know they don't have dust on them. I know they don't have dust on them because he does look at them every once in a while.
His brother Joe read them all too.
Yeah, the whole family.
Yeah. They love Pontiacs. They
call BS on this or what?
They're closet Pontiacs, right, Scott?
Closet Pontiac. Okay. All right.
So Scott, how did GTOAA? The legend, how did they approach you, or did you send something in and they said, yeah, let's go with your 68?
Well, of course, with social media these days, I belong to a zillion Pontiac Facebook groups.
Right, me too.
Pretty good friends with a gentleman named Chad Logan.
Oh, Chad. I know Chad.
Chad's pretty well known in the Pontiac
I know Chad
world.
Very well since he was a teenager.
Awesome.
There you go. Yeah. Sometimes. Anyway, so I'm a member of the GTO Association of America, and Chad had been pushing me. You know, the story is what makes my car. It's not the money I put into it. It's not how good it looks. It's the story. So Chad's been pushing me for a couple of years to get story written and pictures sent. So with Chad behind me, I got all that submitted. All those pictures, I took 200 pictures and submitted a zillion pictures to the legend. So
that's Bear.
Chad backing me, he pushed it through, and it started about a year ago. And it's a long process. So finally, they let me know about 2 months ago that I'd be featured in April and just look for the magazines.
That's great.
Yes.
And a great write-up.
Now, who's the guy that runs the GTOAA on, like, say, Facebook? Is that Vic Schreck? Do you know Vic?
Yeah, I believe that's his name.
He's a madman. That guy's crazy. But he's funny as hell. Anyway, so did you have to write the article, or did they have a writer do it for you?
That was me. It was pretty much word by word. There's an editor, and of course he looked it over, fixed my probably thousands of mistakes.
Yeah.
The article's written by me. All the pictures were taken by me.
Awesome. Good job.
They also added a feature on the GTO Association of America. They're going to start a new feature called Family Goats, and they did a feature on different pictures. I believe Kenny's seen that.
Yeah.
Kenny pulled that up. So it's been pretty exciting. And it's a big family, the GTO world. And,
sure is.
You know, through social media, I've never met most of these people that I feel like I'm best friends with these days. But they're always there for technical support, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I'm going to go out and then invite you to the Chattanooga Motor Car Festival in October. It's the 14th through the 17th this year. We're going to go again, and we're going to be up there, and my friends are going and everything else. And it is a great time. And if you can do it, man, I urge you. And tell your friends about it too, because it is an incredible time of year. And you already get the medicine of the place up there, but we don't. So we clamor for it, and
absolutely.
But the whole town surrounds us with love and cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Scott, is the car a Ram F3? And it's not, is it? It's a dual snorkel.
No, it's not. No.
It's not a Ram F3.
No,
it is not. Those vents are just dummies. They're blocked.
Okay.
It's not Ram Air. No.
Yeah, I punched mine out a week after I bought it. Those things are gone. But I only had a dual snorkel. They still used them, the scoops, know.
Cool.
And a lot of people will ask me, well, why don't you throw disc brakes up front, or why don't you do this and that and this, and I'm just there's not going to be any modifications to the car. It's going to stay the way it was when Dad bought it new.
Right. Now, do you have a PHS on it or no?
Yes, I do. I have all the PHS.
Great. That's great.
What's a PHS?
Pontiac Historical Society. They have all the record. Pontiac's the only division that did it.
Beautiful.
Every single car has a build sheet, basically, that was filed, and you can look up your car. It's like, what do they charge now, $50 or something?
It's gone up. I think I paid $75 for it years ago, so it might be more.
Is this going to go to your daughter Angelica? She, we know her at the shop, and is this going to be hers one day?
Absolutely. It's not going to get sold to anybody else. It's going to stay in the family. She's already chomping at the bit for it. I tell her, you're not going to get it until I can't push that clutch in or turn that manual steering wheel.
Love it.
What about this? Did you go? I saw the build sheet, and you have your father bought for $61 an AM radio. Did you change that at least to get FM, like maybe vintage? What do they call it? The vintage radio, the hidden radio, or anything like that, or is it the same sound system?
It's still the same AM radio. I've got one. I think it's a 6x9. Might not even
speaker.
Up in the dash, and everything.
Wow.
I can listen to
the
radio.
good old center speaker.
Yeah.
No, that's not changed. If I want to listen to music, I just throw, Bluetooth speaker in the back seat, and
there you go.
Now, Scott, I had a 72, and I used to put a boombox in the back seat because I didn't want to disturb the original. In my 72 GTO, I didn't want to disturb any of the originality.
It's a good thing Mike is not here today.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
He is still listening.
He's listening.
He is right by his phone listening right now. I love it.
If he could come to the phone, I bet you he would.
Out in his bathtub.
He's got a little bucket out.
How much do you drive this thing? As much as you can right now, Scott. You go to every show you can with her, or are you still trying to just say I'm not going to drive it more than 2,000 miles a year?
No, we don't go to every show. We get it out sometimes just for a nice Sunday drive. Don't get it out as much as I should, but it's a treat. It's just something to look forward to doing, and it's just a lot of fun to drive, and it gets a lot of looks.
Does she have a name?
People talking.
Does she have a name?
It's just the GOAT. It's always been known as the GOAT. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. And your dad, he got to see the article. You had a picture of him holding the magazine.
Yeah.
What was his reaction? We've got about a minute left, so tell me what was his reaction.
He was absolutely thrilled. He had no idea I was doing this. I wanted to surprise him. I wish I could have gone to Florida and gave it to him himself. But my sister said that he cried a little bit. He was so happy.
Incredible.
So that makes it all worthwhile.
Incredible. Well, I've got to commend him on keeping it around as long as he did, and commend you on stepping up and saying you were willing to take this on. All of us in this room understand the cost of a restoration, even just keeping a girl going like Lucy R70 Nova,
right.
Which, Scott, you've seen pictures of it, no. And it isn't easy. So, Scott, I want to say thank you so much for coming on and doing this. There's a lot more to follow up on this, but anybody that is curious about this is Volume 40, Number 4, April 2022, The Legend, GTO's Association of America magazine. Scott Hill, thanks for calling in and joining us with that. This is the American Car Classics Radio Program.
Nice meeting you, Scott.
Nice meeting you, Scott.
Gentlemen.
We're going to say
Good luck.
goodbye.
I'll see you online.
Peace.
Y'all take care.
Shake and bake.
Y'all come back.
We are out of here.